Right now, I've definitely noticed more and more artists wanting to engage, with what's going on in the world, whether it's politically, socially, and people want to be active. I think they want to have their own voice and they want to help these other people have a voice. There's something to be said about people like Banksy and Swoon and Hugh Lehman, who their work is really doing something new and it's meaningful and it can actually, I think, affect society in a positive way.
My name is Hugh Lehman. I'm a San Francisco-based street artist.
What he looks like, you can't find images of him, online. So I was curious who this Hugh Lehman would be.
After high school, I started traveling and spent the next 3 years living out of my backpack. I came to San Francisco. I thought I would stay here for 6 months, and 6 years later, here I am in the same studio, painting the people that live around me, people that I meet.
Seeing his work and everything, I think there was definitely a parallel that I saw through the work that I was doing. He was working in this medium of painting. I'm working in photography and video, and I had started a project called the Tenderloin Project. So the aim of the Tenderloin Project was to create a body of work that would somehow represent the art of living in the Tenderloin. Living on the streets, it's not just about people smoking crack.
There's just a truth to these people, to the people that live on the street, and there was something that interested me. All over the world, there's the overlooked and the oft-forgotten people. I think I was curious of their story. The motivation for me is not because I think it's cool, it's not because I think it's beautiful, it's because I'm interested in influencing and hopefully inspiring others to be a part of people's lives who I feel have been overlooked and to, like I say, advertise for them.
The Tenderloin Project was always driven by the idea that how can I as a photographer create a body of work whereby I can give voice to the people that I'm depicting on the street who often don't have a voice. In doing so, how can these citizens of this community give back to their community? And all proceeds that came from t-shirt sales that I did, from the art shows that I did, and through selling prints through the website, all that money goes back to the Tenderloin community. The people that ended up consuming the shirts and supporting the project were people that did want to help the Tenderloin, wanted to help these people. And by buying these shirts, it gave them a direct way to now help these people.
For me, if you're going to be doing something on the street, it makes sense to have it be relevant to why you're putting it on the street. So you have someone who has a car and they're driving their car, and on the billboard will say is a Coca-Cola advertisement. And that guy drives past that billboard every day on his way to work, and he sees it from that perspective. Meanwhile, underneath the freeway, there's a guy who sleeps underneath the freeway, and he sees that same Coca-Cola billboard every single day. And if you can take away the Coca-Cola on the billboard and put in front on that billboard something that has to do with the actual society, I think then you have the opportunity to do something positive, not just for the person that's living on the street, but something positive for the person who's not living on the street. And I see what I do on the streets is a public ad campaign that advertises, of course, for the work in and of itself, as all street art does, but what makes it an ad campaign is it directly commodified with the not-for-profit I've set up. So you see lots of my work on the streets, and they have QR codes on them that the passerby can scan with their smartphone, and it opens up a website where they can purchase a t-shirt that directly benefits the very person who's on the poster that you see in front of you when you're walking down the street. I'll print these guys' portraits on t-shirts, and they take their t-shirts and they keep 100% of the profit. There's been a number of different people that sell the t-shirts. Bernard and Blue, who's a street musician, Indian Joe, and Larry. Larry plays buckets as drums on Market Street, and it's pretty cool because he sees lots of tourists and meets people from all over the world who end up buying t-shirts from him. And I think that the truth is that the success in it is not in that it generates 10 or 20 bucks
a week for Bernard or for Blue or for Larry, but that it gives them an opportunity to have a business platform to stand on. And in turn, it gives me the opportunity to do something. And I think in these tiny, small drops of water we add to the ocean, it's a contribution to not just our friendship, but potentially to society as a whole. Sent some t-shirts to London a few days ago, and someone in London now is wearing a shirt of a guy that I'm friends with that lives down in the alley. Maybe this person walking on the street wearing that t-shirt and ask, hey, where did you get this t-shirt? What is this about? And some other stranger who happens to be a tourist visiting London from who knows, Budapest, and now they know about this. And it's exciting to think like how small of an idea it starts with, and it becomes something where it's beautiful and it advertises for itself and people talk about it, and I really like that.